Hello, this is a kind of interesting one. I'm just trying to, this is a tight house, you can see beams are pretty close to each other. It's a little kind of cramped. So if I go to plot this, so if I just type plot, so I'm just going to plot this one drawing. You can see over here, it gives you objects, it gives you options here for plot and transparency, plot styles, object line weights. So I'll just leave that normal and we'll do OK, and we'll just call this 106, alright. We'll save that and then we'll have a quick look at the PDF and we'll see how things look, right? So for one, grid lines aren't too bad, but when you zoom in, you can see they're a little black, but that's, you are zoomed the whole way in. So they might be a little bit thick. If you go to the columns, it's kind of smudgy looking, right? And the bolts are kind of smudgy looking. So if you come across that issue when you're doing a drawing, it's controlled. It's controlled in here. So if I go into my page setup manager and go to modify, you can see those are set in the prototype here. So object line weight. So I'm going to not turn it off here. But if you want to turn it off permanently, that's where you turn it off. I'm just going to do plot and then we can compare these two. And I'm going to turn off the plot object line weights. Okay. Advanced steel, and we'll call this E106. So I called the first one 106. So I'll call this 106B, alright. Just so we can see the difference. Now, when you plot through the document manager, you won't have this option, so you'll have to change it. But if we zoom in here on my columns, you can see my grid lines are nice and fine. The plates could probably do it being a bit, it just kind of tidies them up. So sometimes when you have a cramped drawing, this might be the best way to do it. So it's not using the line weights, kind of makes it look cleaner. As you can see, that column there is not smudgy like it was before, right? You can actually see the columns. So maybe on some drawings you're going to want to do that and not use your line weights. Obviously you're going to want to print it out, take a look at it, but it doesn't look too bad like that. This is generally a cramped job anyway, because there's, as you can see, there's beams here every 5 feet, so it's kind of tight. So I had to back down the label sizes, and I'm just trying to make it look a little bit neater. So maybe that'll help anyone else that wants to keep maybe plots. I'm going to plot these plans out like this, just to make it a little crisper. And maybe going forward, I'll back down my line weights a little bit. Let's see these 4 columns here, how they look up close. And once they're printed on a big sheet, it's going to look a lot better, isn't it? So. Alright, I'm going to plot it out like that. The bolts, same issue, there's a lot of line on the bolts. I'm going to have to do something with the bolts, but it's okay for now. Alright, take care. Bye.